Well, I wanted to come here today. It's been long in coming because Orland Park is a real leader in thinking green and acting green, and investment in things like water conservation and energy efficiency and renewable energy. All of these commitments to making sure we have a sustainable society are exemplified right here in Orland Park. And I want to thank Mayor Dan McLaughlin for his leadership. He's a green mayor, if there ever was one, and across our state. And we can never forget that investing in these important new opportunities creates jobs. It creates local jobs that employ local people. And just looking at the village grounds here with their use of green infrastructure and prairie plants, very, very important, because we all know earlier this year in Illinois, our state was hit by a historic flood where literally dozens and dozens of counties were affected. Lots of homeowners, many business owners were flooded. And one of the things I think we all learned from that is a respect for nature and definitely for the power of water. And so what we have to do as a society in Illinois is understand that some of the things that Orland Park is doing, we need to spread across our state. And the bill I'm going to be signing, a very good bill that was brought to us by mayors like Dan McLaughlin and also the Center for Neighborhood Technology in Chicago, which comes up with very creative ideas about rain gardens, about making sure that we have green roofs wherever possible, about the use of rain barrels. These are all things that are pretty simple and straightforward, but they reduce flooding. We have to understand that one of the best ways to not have floods is to prevent them from happening in the first place. So there's all kinds of techniques, not only the things I just mentioned, but bioswales, tree boxes, porous pavements, native plants. We see some of them right here. Wetlands. The wetlands are the kidneys of our lakes and rivers. They purify water before the water gets to a lake or a river and remove a lot of the pollutants. All of these things are being done in this community, a very large community right off of America's Highway, I-80, and we want to kind of teach our state and teach the nation that what they have done over and over again in Orland Park can be done anywhere. These are simple, straightforward things that the trustees and the village folks, village manager, understand how important this is to saving money for taxpayers. Because anytime you have a flood, that can cost people a whole lot of dough. And I saw that firsthand. We applied for federal disaster relief. We are very grateful to President Obama for declaring Illinois and many counties in our state after those terrible floods to be eligible for federal disaster relief. We received, counting the SBA loans as well as direct financial relief from the federal government, I think about $192 million for thousands and thousands of homeowners and businesses. But, you know, this is, I think, something that we should take to heart. When these floods happen, we should redouble our efforts for flood control, for stormwater management. We don't want to use 19th century or 20th century techniques to prevent flooding from happening. We've got to look to Orland Park and look to the bill that I'm going to sign for the opportunity that all communities, all municipalities, large and small, can do simple things. And I was at a school not too long ago in Des Plaines, Illinois, and the principal of the school told me that they had a heavy rain and there was a lake in back of the school. And it happened over and over again every time there was a heavy rain. They had flooding in the back of the school. And she finally decided to do something about it when she saw two of her students bring a canoe to school and paddle along in the back of the school in the lake. And so what they did as a school is very similar to what they've done here in Orland Park. They said we need to build a rain garden, and we'll use the students to get involved and learn about nature, learn about all the techniques of flood control. And so the students literally planted a very, I would say, large rain garden with very deep roots, and they haven't ever had any flooding since. Those roots of the plants soak up all the rain when it comes. And that's what Orland Park has shown us, and that's what we want to keep doing all over our state of Illinois. So I have worked with this next speaker on a variety of, I think, sustainable measures. He not only thinks green, but he acts green. He's the leader of Orland Park, and that's their mayor, Dan McLaughlin. Come on forward here, Dan. All right, buddy.
Well, good afternoon, and I'd like to welcome Governor Quinn to Orland Park. And we chose as the setting for this bill signing our Orland Park Police Station because it was the first LEED Gold certified police station in the country.
Wow,
so it's something we're very proud of, and you see all the bioswales that we have incorporated into our landscaping. So it's appropriate to have this bill signed here. We thought it might be worth bringing out some of the awards we've received as well for over the years for some of our green initiatives. But the village has been leading the way for years and years, and just like to mention a few of the items that we have done. But I'm going to mention that the press that are here should be receiving or have received actually a green press packet. Instead of all the paperwork, you got it on disc. So that has a lot of the things I'm talking about and then some. But the village is proud of our police station, the green LEED Gold certified building. We just passed a new village comprehensive plan, which has a dedicated chapter to sustainability and stewardship. We started a number of years ago, Smart Orland Park, and it's a residential program to get every house in Orland to buy into the idea of conservation, saving electricity as well as water, and using green landscaping as well. So we're giving them ideas, tips, and then rewards for following through on it. I'd also like to mention one of the guests with us today is Rob Farino from Madison Construction. Now, a lot of codes and issues that promote green construction are not necessarily in our books yet. So we're slowly adapting codes, and we've changed our codes in Orland Park to allow more green construction and promote green construction. But Rob Farino came to us with the idea for a geothermal project at his new building, the other side of Harlem, at Madison Construction. And Rob put this in. It was one of the first of its kind, and we're proud that it was built in Orland Park, and glad to have cooperated, kind of a private-public partnership to make that geothermal project work, because it was new to all of us, so we learned during the process. I will also mention that as a form of green, or thinking green and saving environmentally sensitive areas, we started about 13 years ago an open lands program which has spent almost $25 million to purchase properties to save from being built on, so that every square inch of Orland Park wasn't a parking lot or a home or a store. So we have saved about 300 acres of prime property with our open lands program. So there's numerous areas that I would love to get into, but it's in the packet. We're proud of all the things we're doing in Orland Park. But in relation to this bill, which promotes municipalities thinking outside the box and doing some bioswales and some other types of stormwater management, we have our parking lot. The police station here is the porous pavers, holds the water under the parking lot after a big storm, and then filters as it gets into the water tables. We have done bioswales at our village hall, and we've promoted it and had several businesses in town, new businesses in town, incorporated into their plans. So we're very proud of the fact that we're leading the way, but we didn't want to ask our local businesses and homeowners to do something we weren't prepared to do ourselves first. So we're happy to have you here.
I want to say a few words about Dan. You know, really the village is practicing exactly what all the municipalities of Illinois need to see, because we want our businesses and our residential folks, everybody who lives in town, to see what can be done. When he mentions LEED certified, that is a program across our country that acknowledges excellence when it comes to energy efficiency, renewable energy, water conservation. These awards that Orland Park have won over and over again are very, very special. And I really want Orland Park to be a place where folks in Illinois come and see what can be done in a simple, practical way. And I want to point out, Dan, right over there, about a couple hundred yards, is Van Furniture, Art Van Furniture.
Just
And
opened.
He just came from Michigan, and he figured out that coming to Orland Park is a pretty good place to go because it's a green way of thinking and acting, and that means green for the businesses and also for everyday people coming. They see firsthand an environmental community. So we really do appreciate your good work and leadership. And I do want to also salute Rob, president of Madison Construction, because geothermal, that uses the heat and cooling of the earth to heat and cool buildings. And we really want to emphasize the possibilities of geothermal in Illinois. At the University of Illinois at Chicago, you don't need a lot of land for that. You go straight down into the earth. They've been able to expand the square footage of the campus, more buildings and all that, without using more energy. And part of it is they have a geothermal system, much like Rob is doing here. I would be remiss if I don't acknowledge the presence of a man, a person of greatness, a good friend of mine. He graduated from high school the same year I did, and he's an American hero, and that's Police Chief Tim McCarthy. Thank you for being with us, Tim. We appreciate your heroism at all times. And Orland Park Clerk John Malik, thank you for joining us, and Paul Grimes, the village manager, and all the trustees from Orland Park. I know George Canellis is with us as well. And so I think what we're going to do is go over here, Dan, and we'll sign the bill. This will allow municipalities in Illinois to kind of follow the practices that Orland Park has pioneered for all of us. Okay?
I will just add that long before Pat Quinn was governor, he and I served on numerous committees through the years, all in relation to water conservation and numerous green initiatives. So this isn't new to us.
All right, let's go. All right, let's get everybody close and sign the bill.
Illinois Governor Pat Quinn chose Orland Park as the setting to sign legislation to help municipalities protect against future flooding. The new law helps towns improve stormwater management systems with green infrastructure. The Village of Orland Park hosted the signing at its LEED Gold certified Orland Park Police Station, the first police facility in the country to receive this designation. Orland Park was chosen to host the signing because of its numerous award-winning green initiatives and environmental programs. Information about the village's Smart Living program can be found at www.smartlivingop.com.